usually there is communication countrywide using the social media pages, the mainstream media pages, and this information is available to you when the portal is open. So as at that point in time, you are required to log into that page, fill all the details, upload all the documents. I can tell you the documents are, okay, there are several documents that you are required to upload on that page. That is a copy of your ID, the KCSE resource slip and all that. But mind you, this agency, they are able also to get your details from the other agencies. So should you lie, they will be able to confirm from the other agencies. They work closely, they are networked in a way so that they can be able to access your details. So please don't try cheating. As your deputy principal said, funding allocation is computed using means testing instruments. These are instruments, the government agencies are confirming your details all the way from primary school, how you proceeded, which high school, and all the way about your parents and all that. These are all the details they are confirming under the means testing instruments. So once they are able to get all this information, they are able now to allocate you funding. And this funding comes in 3 ways. Number 1, scholarship. Number 2, tuition loan. And number 3, upkeep. Scholarship is a grant, a free money. Tuition loan is a loan, as you know it, with some interest, but payable once you are employed, and many, many years from now. Then you have your upkeep. The upkeep is the money, okay, I can call it pocket money. That is your money, okay? So that you can be able to, they can be able to sustain you while you are proceeding with your studies. So it's only a matter of you indicating that you need 1, 2, 3. And when you log into that portal, you are required to tick whether you want a scholarship only, whether you want scholarship and a loan, okay? So in case you choose scholarship only, do you see you not get the tuition loan? If you tick scholarship and loan, you get both and your upkeep will follow. I've seen some of them indicating loan only. And then why are they doing this? So that they can only get upkeep. They don't care about the scholarship, which is free money. Then I ask myself, why did you struggle when you are indicating you don't need the scholarship? This is free money. It is free, and in case you don't apply for it, I can tell you from the universities, from the institutions of higher learning, the difference your parents won't be required to make good of it. So it is important that at all times you indicate what you want and be very careful. Let me beseech you. Please make sure you have ticked scholarship and loan. Should you not need loan, please tick scholarship. Sawa sawa. Are we together? Yes. So the account details you provide, very critical. Details, that is your phone and your email, very critical. Why? This is the communication channel they will be using to guide you your next step. Another, something that I've noticed is when students apply first year, come second year, they don't declare they need the money any longer. Like you assume it's automatic. Now that I applied the first time, that I filled all the details in that portal, I don't need to apply for subsequent years. Let me appeal to you, regardless of which institution you'll join. Please make sure on an annual basis, you are applying for the subsequent funding for your studies. Make sure every year. After all, year 2 is usually just a one-step application, whereby you just tick that you need the money, nothing more. It is usually very simple, but I find some not doing it, and they risk not getting funded during the second year. So it is important that as we manufacture boys to men, or rather boys to professional responsible men, and girls to professional ladies, please declare your interest. With the government agencies right now, you must be able to declare your interest. With the own funding model, once you are placed to the institution, you are getting, well, the institution was getting capitation, and then you pay a little money. And when you request for this funding, mind you, the fees that you may be required to pay, at times, I've seen some students with as little as 7,000 shillings. 7,000 shillings. When you take scholarship and loan. For those who don't wish to do that, then your parent or your guardian takes care of the fees for the university. Thank you. Okay, as I leave, let me say at Meru University of Science and Technology, all the students who are placed there, we support them in application for government funding. We usually have a desk whereby for anyone who did not successfully apply for funding while at home, we make sure we ensure you have applied, and we make a follow-up for you with the funding agencies. Thank you very much.
Before you leave, can you differentiate between cluster points and cutoff points?
Thank you. I'm told to differentiate between cluster points, or other cluster weights, and cutoff points. Let me go to my example of BSc nursing program. Remember where I said that Meru University received 1,106 applications for BSc nursing? The 50th candidate, or rather the 50th student who got placed to that program at Meru University of Science and Technology, is or a cluster width is what formed the cutoff point for that program. So what am I trying to say here? Cutoff point is the cluster width for the last candidate securing a vacancy in a certain program. What is cluster width? Cluster width, you remember I talked about COOPs receiving your marks from NEC. The computation for each of the candidates, based on the raw marks they received, is what makes your cluster width for a certain field, or rather a certain program. My dear, right now we have 18 clusters. 18 clusters. They were revised to 18 clusters from the original 20 clusters. That is merging some and replacing appropriately for some of the programs. So basically, cluster weights are your score for a particular program. That is computed by COOPs. And from experience I've received, some students who say that I computed my cluster weights and they were this much. But when you go to COOPs portal, you find they differ. And the reason is that COOPs, they are using marks that are not available to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lucy. Thank you so much. We have really learned a lot from COOPs and the funding models. From there, we'll have Dr. Let us please appreciate Dr. Lucy first before I introduce the next speaker. And before I also introduce the next speaker, I would like us to also really appreciate Dr. Beatrice for her speech. Please let us appreciate Dr. Beatrice. Thank you so much. And from there, we'll have Dr. Karanja to brief us briefly on programs offered at Meru University. Please appreciate him as he comes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, our able MC, the Chief Principal, Mbita High School, my colleague registrar from Rongo University, and staff from that university, members, staff from Meru University, students from Mbita High School, hi. Hi. Students from many other schools from around, hamjambo. Hamujambo tena. Thank you. Now, I just want us to actually be very attentive. I'm a trained teacher. And I'm used to have a classroom setup where there is only one person speaking at a time. So I'll be very brief. So I'm really requesting that you give me your attention. As you have been told, I'm the registrar. I'm the registrar in charge of academics. I'm in charge of academics, and I'm also in charge of all student affairs in the university. When you come to the university, you realize that just like the way we have the school here, there is a deputy principal in charge of academics, there is another in charge of administration. The same setup is in the university. And a university, any university in the world, and Kenya in particular, stands on 3 pillars. University zimesimama kwa sababu ya 3 pillars. One of them is teaching and training. Teaching and training. Where you come, you enroll in a program, you are taken through some training, and you eventually graduate. The other pillar is called research. Research is done by both the lecturers and the students. So when you join a university, you are not only going to be taught, you are expected to do research and innovations. The other mandate of every university is to reach out to the community. Community outreach, community extension. Every university is supposed to be reaching out to the community. And that is why we are here. We don't just remain in the offices. And that is why my colleagues are telling you very important information, because that is part of the mandate of every university. Ladies and gentlemen, let me actually ride on what Dr. Beatrice said about Meru University. That Meru University is actually on the lower eastern slopes of Mount Kenya. Ukiwa kwa lecture room, you can actually view the peaks of Mount Kenya from where you sit. And next to the university is the Imenti Forest, the lower side of Imenti Forest, or what is largely called the Mount Kenya Forest. In fact, the fence of the university is bordering. And what do the students view? The elephants. By the way, there are times when they also visit us in the lecture rooms. So sometimes we learn with them. So it is actually a scenery that you may want to really view. And there is a lot of history about Meru University, about the elephants, because it is believed that that is actually their maternity, where they give birth. And those who have studied a little bit of elephants normally don't forget where they do certain activities. So at a certain time, when we are actually heading to the university, across the fence, you are actually going to get a good view of the elephant. And something else, Dr. Beatrice didn't mention that. When you're in Meru, ukifika Meru, wale wanaongea kidogo tu, ukifika Meru, there is a very important crop that we all talk about. Ni gani hiyo? You are actually going to the home of the green gold. The green gold. That is the Meru crop. And yes, that is true. And Meru University of Science and Technology is involved in a lot of research about that crop. And one of the findings, which has already been published, is that Meru has medicinal benefits. And we are working very hard as a university to make sure that, hello? So when you visit us, what we shall give you is not the real leaves that you find people chewing. We are going to give you tea bags of Meru. When I was coming, I got a lot of tea bags from Ketepa. And we are also now in the process of producing wine from Meru. So that is something that may interest you. That is something that may interest you as you visit that great institution. And something else that before I talk about the programs we offer, just listen. It is the only university, I believe, should be in the world that is built in a shrine. Where we sit as a university is a shrine. It is a shrine of the Council of Elders. Can you guess the Council of Elders? It is called what? The Nchorin Cheke. Those who do history, they know even today, Meru still have a very strong government led by elders, where they solve many conflicts among the community. And that great Council of Elders in 1960, they said kwa hii ground, pahali wamejenga parliament yao, kutakuwa na what at that time they were calling Makerere. Because Makerere was the only university known in the Eastern African region. And true to their word, they donated a total of over 600 acres of land, where today stands Meru University. So Meru University ukileta shida kidogo, tunakupeleka wapi? Kwa Nchori? Across the road is their parliament. For those who want to do a lot of research about the traditional way of governance, the best setup, because it really exists, even as we speak, is in Chorinchek. And they donated the land to us, and we actually appreciate, because we have a very big, huge piece of land on the shrine, on the land that was initially owned by Chorinchek. One more thing about Meru University. Hi. Do we have geographers here? Center of Kenya is where? The center of Kenya. I'm not asking the capital city of Kenya. The center of Kenya ni wapi? The center of Kenya, those who do geography, they will tell you is a place called Isiolo. Have you ever heard about Isiolo? Isiolo is actually, geographically speaking, the most central part of Kenya. And Isiolo and Meru University is approximately 10 kilometers. From Isiolo Airport to Meru University, you can actually take less than 20 minutes. And therefore, we can proudly say Meru University is literally at the center of what? It is at the center of Kenya. And when you are there, you'll have many benefits of visiting half of the country. We actually border Isiolo County on one side, Marsabit County on the other side, Laikipia County. We also have now the other Mount Kenya counties, which I'm not going to mention. But it is a place where we have all students from all over Kenya. In fact, I dare say the president, the student president, is actually a person from this region. Although now, last month we had election and we got another one from the Rift Valley. So when you come to Meru, you are actually literally coming to Kenya. That's what I'm saying. Literally, you are walking in Kenya, where we have communities from all over. Now, let me very briefly talk about the Meru University as an institution, as a university. Dr. Beatrice did say we are a university founded on two key areas. Wacha tuongee pamoja. I told you I'm a teacher and I'm used to speaking one at a time. We are actually founded on science. And we now, we founded on science, and now we convert that science to technology. And that is actually why we are called the Meru University of what? Two things. Let us name them. One of them is what? Science. The other one is which one? Technology. And that is actually why our niche, our catchment, the area we are very rich in, our flagship programs are in the field of science and technology. But for those who are in senior high school, we have two pathways that we are now very well grounded on. One of them is STEM. 70% of our program are in STEM. When I talk about STEM, I'm talking about the science, technology, engineering, and what else? Mathematics. The second, listen here, the second stream. Those who are in junior high should take note of this. We are now very strong in the field of social sciences. So we are in two areas. One of them, of course, very dominant. That is the STEM. And the second one is the social sciences. So when you hear me speak, you'll actually hear me speak much more, very much more, in those two areas or those two pathways. But let me actually say, why should you join Meru University? Apart from the nice things we have talked about its location, about the nice things we have talked about the history, about many other things about the community, why should I join Meru University? Ladies and gentlemen, and this one I would like you, those who do research, to go and find out. Kitu kimoja ambacho Meru University sahi, as we speak, is known in this country is in the field of innovations. Our students, our lecturers, day after day are winning very major conferences and exhibitions. Just recently, our students and one of the lecturers won 2 million shillings because of discovering the most effective microscope that is beyond any other microscope known in the world. Just go and find out. It was actually an exhibition where the president was there, and the top-ranked institution in terms of ranking in innovation was Meru University of Science and Technology. Our students participate in all hackathons. Hackathons are competitions of solving problems that are facing the society. We are working with banks. We are working with the security agencies. We are working with industries. We are working with civil society. We are working with government with one intention. Kama uko na shida yoyote, any problem in terms of technology that you are facing in your operation, bring that problem to Meru University of Science and Technology. And what do? We normally give that problem to our students, and there is a price to it. My friends, the price is in not terms of hundreds of shillings. It is in terms of what? Millions. Today, as we speak, students in year 2 in the field of engineering, in the field of computing, are already earning money. Somebody is asking how much. There is one which I will not like to emphasize so much. It's not positive, but it is positive in terms of technology. Those who read newspaper, there is a student from Meru University who actually managed to, let me not actually use the negative word, but managed to penetrate through the systems of certain banks. And that bank had to take him because he proved that he's better than any other technology they have. And the money they paid is not in terms of thousands of shillings. It is in terms of what? Millions of shillings. So why should you join us? Because when you join us, you are joining a club of innovators. Yes, you join Meru University, the first time you enter there, the first thing you see is our motto. It is the foundation of innovators. And that is actually why this June, 23rd of June, I hope maybe it's only that maybe we shall talk that with the school. We have a whole 3 days for exhibiting our research in what we call Meru University of Science and Technology International Conference, where we invite people from all over the world. 3 days. Siku ya kwanza tunapatianga wanafunzi wetu na wanafunzi wa kutoka pahali popote Kenya. And if you come that day, my friend, you'll be shocked. The brains, the level of intelligence our students can display. The second day is when we have the vacancy. The third day we actually use especially for speeches and other exhibitions. That is in June. In the month of October, a whole week, Monday to Friday, we actually suspend learning. And all of us move to what we call our engineering complex. And it is a whole line of tents. We call it MASTU, Meru University of Science and Technology Innovation Exhibition Week. Mark, the word is innovation, and the next word is exhibition, where we give everyone to come and tell us, what have you discovered? Some come with products from the farms. Some comes with products, maybe even from, we have a very big rake here. And we actually invite investors that day. So that the best innovator, the person with the best thoughts, can actually be motivated. And we normally take that innovation and we incubate it. And after incubating it, we commercialize it. What I'm saying, the one reason why you should join Meru University is because we have proved through very many structures that we are very serious when it comes to innovation. The other reason why you should actually join us is because we don't just teach academic programs. I know we shall get a chance to have one-to-one talk with you when you visit our tent. We are going to give you this booklet. But there is something you are going to see in it. Very unique. Very unique. Kwa kila program. If you want to come and do actuarial science, along actuarial science, there is a professional course. Wewe unasoma actuarial science, lakini wakati hauko kwa class, you register for professional courses. Wakati unafanya your BCom, Bachelor of Commerce, Meru University is a center of CASNEP. So you are doing your BCom degree program. That alongside you are doing CPA 1, CPA 2. Majority of the students, by the time they go to the graduation square, ako na certificate mbili. Moja inasema this is a graduate of BCom marketing or BCom accounting. But alongside, that person is a CPA. So your name simply reads CPA so and so. It's not just saying Otieno or Othiambo. No, there is a prefix. And not only in the field of BCom. I'm only giving BCom as an example. Every program. And that is actually why when you go to Meru University, during the orientation week, after we have oriented you on the programs that you are supposed to take, tuna a whole directorate, a whole director. And that is called Director of Professional Studies. We have not made it compulsory, but soon you'll actually find yourself on your own, that you are doing a program and you are not taking professional courses. That is another reason why you should join us. Because by the time you graduate from Meru University, you are ready for the market. Hawendi huko kusema, sasa wacha niende hapo karibu na kwetu, nifanye sijui CPA, nifanye Cisco, sijui nifanye programming in Python, sijui nataka kusoma SPSS. No, 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 no. While you are pursuing your degree, when you are pursuing your diploma, whichever course you are pursuing, alongside that course, we have professional courses. And that is actually why our graduates, the rate of employment is very high. Another reason why you should join us, ladies and gentlemen, listen to this one. Meru University, and I wished our Vice Chancellor was here, Professor Romana Sathiambo. He tells me he comes from Migori. Migori tukiwa hapa ni side gani? This side? This side? Okay. I think I will have to know today before I leave where my Vice Chancellor comes from. Our Vice Chancellor, Professor Romana Sathiambo, I keep on telling him, one of the things he brought in the university is that he opened the university to the world. Do you know Meru University has footprints all over the globe? Go to China, you'll actually find Meru University is working with the Tianjin Vocational Institution. Go to USA, it is working with universities in USA. Dr. Beatrice here, she did say, Dr. Beatrice, I thought this is something you should have said. This lady, my friend, sometimes I tell people, don't be like the South Africans who are stepping on gold. Unaenda tu kwa gold, unatembea. Mpaka Boers from Netherlands had to come and mine it. This lady is an international figure. Ni vile hasemi. Do I say? If you want to go and study in Europe, especially in Netherlands, one person you need immediately to talk to is Dr. Beatrice Owi. Dr. Beatrice what? She's actually the leader of what we call student exchange. And I believe when she gets a chance, she will tell you this September, already I think she has arranged, how many students are you taking? 4 students. So when you're in Meru University, you are year 4, mwaka wako wa 4, huenda hautasomea Meru University. Mwaka wako wa 4 ukiwa very hard working, you are likely to study outside the country. You are taught there. Do we recognize the studies you take there? 100%, because we have an MOU. Their students also come to Meru University. So one of the things that we have ensured is that our students are not prepared for the local market. They are actually prepared for the global market. And that is actually why she talked about German language. If you listen very carefully, she was telling you that wewe soma Kiingereza ni sawasawa, soma Kiswahili ni sawasawa. Lakini kumbuka, the world is bigger than just English and Kiswahili. For you to be a global student, you need other languages. What she didn't tell you is that last year, the PS in charge of State Department of Diaspora launched a program in Meru University that Meru University will be training you for German language for 9 months. And when you finish, listen to this one. Skiza hapa. You are guaranteed of a job in the German market. So that is an opportunity that you should actually not let go. Because if you let it go, you'll be among the people who walk around here saying, nilisoma, lakini sijawahi pata nini? Kazi. The opportunity will be given to you unless you actually walk away from it. That is actually why you should join Meru University. A lot of collaborations, which I will not explain much. Now, let me actually say, when it comes to the programs, this one I'll only highlight. Meru University, we have 8 schools. When you go to the university, utasikia shule. Vile here is Mbita. So in the university, we have schools. Schools are centers of teaching, learning, and research, but in a very specific area. Today we are talking about career, in a very, very specific career. So just reason, we have a school called the School of Agriculture and Food Science. So that is a school that we are very proud about. When I talked about Meru, this is the school that is actually doing a lot of research. And because of time, I would wish when we break, you can actually join us. I will actually tell you why you should consider, why you should think, why you should give it an opportunity to think about food science. I have seen products from our students, very good products of foods they have produced from this particular school. We have another school, the School of Business and Economics. This is a school that we are very proud about because from this school, we are able to produce entrepreneurs. We are able to produce people who can market. We have been able to produce people in the field of procurement and many other professionals from the School of Business and Economics. I will not give a lot of details because of time. Then, ladies and gentlemen, our flagship program, the program that when you talk about Meru University, you cannot fail to talk about this program. That is the School of Computing and Informatics. It even carries our name, technology. This is actually where we offer the most recent levels of technology. And that is actually why we are one of the leading institutions when it comes to matters of IT, a matter of AI, like the Dean School of Computing. She has just come from China. She was there for 2 weeks to learn about the AI. Simwesikia mambo ya AI. And the university have started a center of artificial intelligence. So all our programs, we are integrating them with not only AI, but all the most recent technologies. That is a very big school, a school that we are very proud of. Now, listen to this other one. This is also another program that forms our foundation. Kuna ma-engineers hapa? Hoe, kuna watu ma-engineers hapa? That is, listen carefully, that is an area that, just listen, those who normally check, Meru University was identified by the government of Kenya as a center of excellence in electrical and electronic engineering. The best, because when you go to our workshops, they occupy almost the whole of this field. We have the most recent equipment when it comes to the training of engineering. So kama wewe uko na dream, siku moja utaitwa engineer, my friend, then the next name you have to check is Meru University, because we have all programs in engineering, be it civil, be it mechanical, be it electrical and electronics, be it mechatronic, be it telecommunication engineering, be it water engineering. That is actually one of the areas that we are very proud of. Then we have a school, the School of Education. Just listen carefully. I know when I was a high school teacher, because I taught in a high school for about 15 years, and I used to ask my students, what career are you going to take? Then none of them ever told me about education until I went to the university. And let me tell you, the most popular program in our Kenyan university, my friends, is education. So Meru University, we have 3 programs. We have education science, we have education arts, but now listen to another one. We have education in technology. Yani, we train you to be a teacher of electrical engineering. We train you as a teacher of civil engineering. We train you as a teacher of electrical and electronic engineering. Hiyo program huwa inajaa siku ya kwanza. Kwa sababu huyu ni mtu ako na pande mbili. Part A is a teacher, the other part is a what? An engineer. And I would like you to think about it. When you visit us, you may want to know, how can I join it? Then another particular area where internationally we are well known, the School of Nursing. By the way, hi, I'm almost finishing. The School of Nursing is actually one of the schools that produce those international, very international students. Because I know as a registrar, every time we are actually sending these students out. Then we have the School of Health Sciences, whereby we train clinical medicine, we train public health, and then we have the school that actually support us in science. It is called the School of Pure and Applied Sciences. That is a school which largely is the one which makes sure that all our students are very well founded in sciences. But apart from those 8 schools, we run at a TVET directorate. Those students who don't get the minimum requirement to join the university, my friend, at Meru University, you can come to our TVET center with your C-, with your C. Yes, you can join us and do all programs. There are about 40 of them. And then once you finish doing your diploma, we allow you to join our degree programs in year 2. Kwa hivyo unasamehewa dhambi za form 4. Dhambi zote ambazo ulifanya, tunasamehe. Alafu tunakusamehea mwaka moja. That is actually why in Meru University you'll actually find everyone. From those who got A, from those who got, even those with certificate, those who didn't get C and C-, we learn certificate programs. So if you have scored a D, and I'm not praying for it, if you score a D+, join us in our certificate program 1 year. After finishing certificate, mara moja unaingia diploma. Ukimaliza diploma, unaingia degree. Ukiingia degree, unaingia masters. Ukiingia masters, unaingia PhD. Unaitwa daktari kama mimi na wengine ambao wako hapa. So ladies and gentlemen, because of time, I am actually saying that you have very many reasons. And we accommodate students. We have hostels. Right now, the government is putting about 1,700 new hostels in the university. And therefore, when you come from as far as possible, tutakupatia mahali ya kulala, mahali ya kula iko sawa kabisa. The weather is excellent. And that is actually why I'm actually saying, when you think about university, please think about Meru University family. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm very happy. May God bless you, and we shall be here waiting for any specific questions.
DJ, Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dr. Karanja, for your brief remarks on the programs of Meru University. I would like to, first of all, thank you for your remarks. Secondly, I would like to inform all of you that we are live. We are currently live, courtesy of Management Media. And I would like to talk to those who are watching us from home. Please like, share that link, and send your questions through the comment section. Please do the same. And from there, we'll continue with our program. In our midst, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Meru University. Their speakers have just spoken to us, and they've really enlightened us with a few programs that I'm sure we're very interested in. Dr. Karanja, please, if you can introduce a school of law in your university, I'll be really happy to join you. Thank you, sir. From there, I would like to introduce another very, very important speaker for today. That is the registrar, Rongo University, to come and introduce her whole team of Rongo University. DJ, give us something as Madam Deborah Muchilwa, Dr. Deborah Muchilwa is coming to introduce her team. DJ tafadhali. Wapi makofi ya Dr. Muchilwa?
Hello. Kwani mmepigiwa misumari kwa hizo viti? DJ amsha tena kidogo dakika moja tu. Nataka kuona mtu. Hapo tu penye umekaa, simama tu kidogo uchangamke. Rongo University team, please come forward. Where are the ladies? Ladies, where are you? Nyinyi kama hamtaki kufukuza uzee, wacha sisi tufukuze uzee. Hataki mambo mengi. Haya DJ hapo sawa. Thank you very much. At times they say hii kizungu ilipotea. Work without play makes. Yes. So saa zingine inabidi tunachangamka kidogo. I want to be very brief because I know it's also about lunchtime. We need to go and take our lunches. And so those who are running away, can I get your attention? The school captains, if you are around, please help us manage those who are moving around. I'll take very few minutes of your time. Allow me to introduce the team from Rongo University, and I'll allow them to do self-introduction.
Thank you, Madam. My name is Janet Ochieng, staff in Rongo University Admissions Department. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name is Brenda Owino from Rongo University Admissions Office, and we welcome you to Rongo University next year.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Helen Chuma. I work in Admissions Department. Welcome to Rongo University.
Good afternoon, comrades. Good afternoon, comrades. Form 3s and Form 4s, can I see you? Yeah, it's only a year, then we'll be calling each other comrades. Indio, Mukito join the other side, huh? I'm Jerry Opande. I work in admissions of Rongo University. and I'm also a champion. How many of you are champions? Sisi ni Arsenali. Arsenali wako wapi? Sisi ni champions. Huh? We welcome you in Rongo University. In Rongo University, that's ukiona our brands, utaona a gold mine of knowledge and innovation. Gold mine of knowledge and Dr. Karanja, thank you so much, Registrar, because we are a family. The universities, we work together, and you really explained what innovation is. Going forward with the AI introduction, colleagues, comrades, we are going to the tech system. So the AI ndio mtindo. So the innovation we as Rongo is insisting on is the way. And when you see even when what the president is insisting on is that every institution should come up with a new idea. So wherever you are sitting, more so to the Form 4s, start thinking outside the box. Huh? Start thinking so that when you join university in first year, and I hope, naona tu hao wote watajoin Rongo University. So tukifika Rongo University, unaanza kufikiria, what do I want to do different? Hata nikiona hii tent naona wenye najua. Some of us wanatoka pale, nishaona around 20. Sindio? Otherwise, thank you so much. Allow me to give my brother Brian. Thank you.
Hello? Itakuwaje? 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 Ishakuwa? Mimi naitwa Wanyama. Kama mnajua animals, so mimi ndio naitwa Wanyama. Nimefurahi kuja huku kwenu. Na asante kwa kutukaribisha. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wanyama works in the corporate office, corporate and marketing. We have one of our colleagues, Kahi. Just come and say your name, please.
Hi, my name is Anthony Kahi, and I work in the Corporate Communication Office of the great institution, Rongo University. Welcome next year.
Thank you. I want to start by appreciating the school administration, the principal, his deputies, and teachers who are available. The students of Mbita High, thank you so much for the opportunity that you've given us today to come and visit your institution and share knowledge with you. I also want to appreciate our colleagues from Meru and other institutions. I was told Cradle is here, Uzima. Thank you so much for being part of this team so that we can enlighten our children on the best career forward. I want to be very brief as I speak to you. And especially from this side. Can we please be silent? Yes. We are here basically to talk to you, give you information, advice about how you can join universities. And I want to be very brief by saying Rongo University is one of the many public universities within Kenya. It's a chartered university, fully fledged. And Rongo University has currently 4 schools. When I talk of 4 schools, other universities call them faculties. And these 4 schools, they entail These 4 schools, they entail the various programs that we mount or we offer at Rongo University. We have 1 School of Science, Agriculture, and Environmental Studies. Some of the key courses that are offered in this school, we have a Bachelor of Computer Science, we have Bachelor of Applied Statistics and Actuarial Sciences, among many others. We have School of Education, which is basically training students to be teachers. And we have Bachelor of Education in Science, we have Bachelor of Education in the art-based subjects, we have Bachelor of Education in Special Needs that takes care of the challenged students, ideally. 3, we have a School of Information, Communication, and Media Studies that basically deals with courses that align with information science, courses that are to do with media studies. And there are so many of them under that school. We shall be able to give you a brochure that enlists the programs that are under that school. Then we have School of Arts, Social Sciences, and Business. University of Nairobi. I will tell you Kenyatta University. Maybe Moi University. Those universities that were among the pioneers, the top 7 universities. Those are the universities that I would mention to you, this is where I want to go. And I'm sure it is the same mentality that most of us here have. Those who are good in sciences, you ask them, they'll tell you they want to do engineering at University of Nairobi. A few of us will think of Rongo University. A few of us will think of Meru University. A few of us will think of Tom Mboya University just across the road. But today, I want you to change that mentality. And I will give you the reason as to why I need you to change that mentality. And probably from today henceforth, you start singing, I want to join Rongo University. The reason is this. Among us, especially for the current Form 4s and Form 3s, you've had your colleagues who have already finished high school and they have already joined universities. And you get a student, unajua huyu msa alikuwa chepe kabisa. By the time he was clearing, huyu jamaa alitoka na A minor, ama hata A plane. But along the way, mkikutana huko nje, for you where you're sitting, you expected this guy to go and do engineering or medicine or architectural, such like courses. But mkikutana huko nje, unapata huyu jamaa anafanya Bachelor of Education. Have you heard of such scenarios? Have you encountered some of your colleagues whom you expected to do medicine, but they're doing maybe education, they're doing computer science? It happens quite a lot. I've worked in the university since 2003 to date. And I've worked with admissions office, who oversees how a student gets admitted up to the point of graduation. And such scenarios arise. Students, which is your girls' school? Hakuna? Kama hakuna mujiangalie sana. Kama hakuna mujiangalie. I was at Lugulu Girls and our boys' school then was Kamsinga Boys. So I don't know which is your girls' school. But I've heard some say Tom Mboya. There are those from Tomboya who also want to go and do medicine at University of Nairobi. Then we have the likes from Alliance, Kenya High, also fighting for the same opportunity. And this opportunity at University of Nairobi only has maybe 100 slots. 100 slots. And these 100 slots, more than 10,000 students want to join. You are lost or you are locked out. Because University of Nairobi only had 100 slots. The applicants who wanted to join were 10,000. All of you meet the cutoff point to pursue medicine, but you're too many. So they will only pick the top 100. As you heard my colleagues say, COOPS lists everyone in their order of merit. So they pick the first 100, they place them there. Then the rest of you, you'll be given to other university choices. And that is why you end up having people who performed quite very well, not being able to pursue their degree of choice, but they end up pursuing any other because that is where they have been placed. And remember, this medicine you want to pursue at University of Nairobi, it's also being offered at Maseno University. This law, Bachelor of Law, that you want to pursue at University of Nairobi, it's also being offered at Rongo University. Because everyone chooses Nairobi, the cutoff point is very high. So you'll find all of us are doing Bachelor of Law. The cutoff point for University of Nairobi is 45, but the same Bachelor of Law, the cutoff point at Rongo University is 38. And they all teach the same content. If it's mathematics, the way you learn mathematics in Mbita High, it's the same way Alliance Boys learns that mathematics. So the way you learn Bachelor of Law at University of Nairobi, that is the same law you will learn at Rongo University. So would you rather fight for that slot that is so competitive that will make you miss a very key course that you have fought for or you have always longed to pursue? Or would you choose a university where you are sure that you will be admitted? So that is one key point that I want you to consider as you think of your career choices. Look at the program you want to pursue. Look at which universities are offering that particular program. Because again, the goodness with our universities, if it's a Bachelor of Law, it's a Bachelor of Law, irrespective where you pursued it. Irrespective of where you pursued it, it's a degree course. And two, the small universities or the remote universities that many of us would want to sideline, you can be sure when you are in the job market tamaking, and you stood there with University A and B, and Rongo University and Meru University is there, trust me, the employer may consider Rongo University or Meru University unlike University A and B. So also look at the reputation of the university that you are applying for. Is it a university that time in, time out, they're always on the street, rioting? Of course, for good reasons, but it has a way, it creates a mentality in the face of the employer. So as much as you want to ignore these small universities, they may be the universities that will save your face and save your career. reason as to why, if I were you, the program I want to pursue, I will give Rongo University a first priority because of the reasons that I've given you. Three, I want also to emphasize what one of my colleagues said. In the previous years, we have had a situation where we start applying or choosing universities just before we sit for our KCSE exams. I think COOPS is trying to do away with and enable people to choose their universities after completing their KCSE and probably after the results are out. So one, don't be a last-minute person. Ukisema there is second revision, there is third revision. There is a lot of benefit of applying for university during the first revision. Are those girls who are making noise? Ladies, we can do better than that. Yes, so be among the first people. Reason being, you are told there is something called cutoff point and there is cluster weight. When you visit our stand, we shall take you through this. For instance, when you want to do medicine, there is a requirement that you must have scored a mean grade of this much. Then there is a requirement that you must have scored particular grades in particular subjects. They may want 2 sciences, English, mathematics, and maybe a 5th subject. The minimum subject requirement for these various subjects that would enable you to do medicine, when those gradings are put together and we do their weighted average, that is what we call cluster weight. So cluster weight is obtained based on the key subject requirements for a particular course or for a particular program. Then you get the cluster point. And at this point, COOPS in its portal automatically calculates your cluster weight. Immediately your results are out. So it's something that would automatically pop up when you visit the COOPS portal, and it will give you the cluster weights for the various programs so that you know whether you meet the cluster weight or you do not meet. But then we have the cutoff point. Now, cutoff point, what happens is, like for last year, we have a cutoff point for people who chose to come and do Bachelor of Education Science at Rongo University. And if I use an example, say the cutoff point for Rongo University was 38 points. That was the cutoff point for Bachelor of Education Science. Then this year, you find that we have declared and indicated that for Bachelor of Education Science, we only need 200 students. So when we run our list from number 1 up to student number 200, we draw a line. Where we draw that line at the 200th student, that is where our cutoff point will come from. So cutoff point is all as a result of the number of students applying to get into that entry. So the moment we get at the maximum number that we can take, we draw a line, and that line now spells out what the cutoff point for this year will be. And that is why for people who did the first revision, those are the key determinants of the cutoff point. So the cutoff point has already been set by the people who did the first application, especially if they have already filled those programs. If they haven't filled, then during the second revision they fill up, again a line will be drawn. And this happens for each and every university. Suppose, based on your cluster points that are provided in your COOPS portal, student number 200 has a cluster weight of maybe, his cluster weight is around 37. And he's the 200 student on my list. Then that 37 would be the cutoff point for this year and for that particular program. So for you who is doing a second revision, if your cluster weight then now is lower than what has already been determined, then you lose the opportunity of pursuing that particular course. So that is the advantage of ensuring that you are among the first people who are doing the first revision, or rather the first application. So please take note of that. And at Rongo University, at times Waswahili wanasema kibaya kibaya cha jitembeza na kizuri. I do not want to talk so much about Rongo University, especially at this podium, but we shall be able to give you finer and key details for each and every program, what you require, what you must do for you to get enrolled in that particular course. Remember, my key advice is one: not all that glitters is gold. So don't just run because I want to study at University of Nairobi, I want to study at Kenyatta University, and ignore the resources that you have within your purview. Make use of them. They say charity begins at home. Start by cultivating what is yours before you go and cultivate a neighbor's piece of land. And with those many remarks, I want to wish our Form 4 candidates who are here all the best in your exams. And we hope to interact some more. We'll interact some more when you visit our stand. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. MC Dakamoja too, as my registrar, my boss sits.
Madam Labisia said, this is an organization. This is an organization that does a lot concerning innovations. That does a lot concerning innovations. So if you're there and you're an innovator, take this opportunity to learn from Madam Lillian Sang. Thank you. Karibu.
Mbona mimi sijapewa ngoma? Why? Naweza ruka pia, si ndio? Okay. Sawa. Yaani mumefurahi hivyo? Okay. Thank you so much to everyone who has given a presentation. I think I have also gotten to learn a lot because I actually don't work directly with Ngoja, musinikanyagie waya, please. Yes. So I don't work directly with universities here in Kenya as an agency, but we work with universities abroad. So out here kwa hii crowd, who has an interest in studying abroad? Let me just see your hands. Amazing. And how many have at least done some research about studying abroad and they understand the requirements of studying abroad? Okay, quite a good number. And so my name is Lillian, and I lead the team from Eldoret, Cradle, and that is one of the branches. So Cradle has 11 branches across Africa. We have 3 branches in Kenya, just to clarify what you had said earlier on. So we have 3 branches in Kenya, that is Mombasa, Nairobi, and Eldoret. Nairobi being our main branch. So apart from that, Cradle actually assists students who are interested in studying abroad. And by that, it is, I will not say that we have a specific university that we work with. We work with over 600 universities in over 50 countries. So if you are thinking of studying abroad, we are looking at Australia, we are looking at UK, USA, we are looking at the European countries. Dr. Beatrice spoke about Germany. We also do Germany, and yes, we encourage you to learn those languages. And in Europe, we have almost all the countries. We even have Dubai. So Dubai is not just a country where people go to work. We also take students to Dubai. And for a country like Dubai, I know many people are wondering, studying or work? We do take students to go study in that country. They have some of the world's best universities there. So Cradle offers, we've spoken about AI. And Cradle is an AI, we have an AI portal that assists students in doing their own matchmakers. So when you log into the Cradle portal, www.cradle.com. Cradle is Craydel. When you log into that portal, you get to enter your details with your grades as well and your interest. Which country are you looking at studying? Apart from that, what other interests do you have in studying abroad? Some students are looking at not just studying, but also working. So the advantage about studying abroad as well is you're able to work while you study. And that also assists you, especially in getting some pocket money, right? Saizi si mnasoma tu full time, si ndio? Mnasoma full time. Kuna mmoja pale amekataa ati asome full time. So mnasoma full time. But when you get to the university, you're able to work and to study. So the advantages of studying abroad, number 1 is international exposure. Nani anataka tu kubaki Kenya? Nani anataka kubaki Kenya? Mimi naishi Kenya lakini nataka kwenda Migori. I want to know Migori. It seems that there are some good things from Migori, right? Yes, but now, aside from studying in Kenya, you can go study abroad. Get that international exposure. Sawa sawa. And then we are also looking at better career opportunities. Unaenda kusoma maju, unapata kazi. Getting a job outside there is also very easy. I know job opportunities are available in Kenya, but we are looking at a student studying and also taking their qualification somewhere else. Sawa sawa. And then personal growth and independence. Hatutaki kulelewa na wazazi kila siku. We want to go out there, we want to learn, we want to interact with other people, we want to exchange our cultures. So there's a lot when it comes to studying abroad, of which I will not talk about them here because now considering we are looking at over 50 countries, kuna ule mwenye you've already done your research, you know the country that you want to go to. Come to the tent later on. Let's talk about studying abroad. If you need to understand about a specific country, that is our work. So aside from my partner who is my camera lady, we have other qualified student counselors who will get in touch with you They will guide you on which country you can go to, the requirements to go and study abroad. So there's a lot to learn about studying abroad. Come meet us at the tent. Let's talk more about it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. That is Madam Lillian Sang from Cradle University campus. From there, from University branch, Eldoret branch. From there, we'll have our chief guest for today. That is Dr. Beatrice Owiti to please make her remarks. Karibu sana. DJ, please give her something as she is coming. Abara, mtafutie ingine.
Hello. You know that song? It says, sweet mother. Sweet mother, I no go forget you. For this suffer way you suffered for me. Oh. Because it's about sweet mother and everybody has a mother, amukeni. Amuka. Amuka. Hamuka. Kidogo tu, kidogo tu. Yes. Aya, katikeni bwana. Mother, I never forget you. For this suffer way you suffered for me. Sweet mother, I never forget you. For this suffer way you suffered for me. When I dey cry, my mother go cry. Enough. When I dey cry. Okay, that is pidgin. Very good English. Hello, can we get seated, please? To the management of Mbita High School, the chief principal of Mbita High School, to the esteemed registrars present, Dr. Karanja and Dr. Catherine, to my colleagues from the universities, to the invited schools, and to Mbita High School, good afternoon. Now, because this is a careers day, I'm going to talk briefly about the type of careers you can join and that you might be interested in. Now, I'm going to tie this to the COOPS portal because the COOPS portal gives us all the different careers that you can find in our country. So they are clustered from number 1 to however many. So we have the health sector. We have the health sector. In the health sector, we have medicine. Medicine is where we have people who are interested in becoming doctors. But then being a doctor is not all that you can do with medicine. You'll find that under medicine, you can be a doctor, you can be a pharmacist. Has a very big generator. I can declare interest. The chief principal of this high school, Mr. Kennedy Ojijo, was my classmate. Yes. at Meru, at Moy University. So huyo tulikula na mbio tukiwa on strike, tunapigwa na polisi hapo. So I have interest in this school. That's why I know you have a big generator. Anyway, so the health sector, then we have, of course, medicine, radiologists. So what you can do, because we are in a global village, you can read about what careers are there possible in medicine. Then we have engineering that Dr. Karanja already talked about. And engineering, you have several branches. You have the civil, you have electrical, and mechanical. You could join any of those. Very high level courses that require for you to pass really, really highly. In the health sector, we also have nursing. And nursing is a runaway success. And the reason why nursing is a runaway success is because nursing is a pathway to the international job market. We also have business-related courses. And under business-related courses, we have hospitality, we have tourism, and many others. So again, this is a pathway that if you are here, you might be interested in pursuing. I had a student asked about law. So law is another pathway where you can go to study law. And again, within law, you don't have to be a lawyer. You can study law and work in the various sectors of law that exist in that area. Then we have communication. Under communication, where is Derek? Derek, oh, come. Derek, come here. This is Derek. Now, Derek was my student. And Derek is now an employee at Meru University of Science and Technology, having studied Bachelor of Communication and Journalism. And Derek can tell you how he got his job. He was just sitting, not bothering about much. Who called you?
Professor Witt.
Yes. I called him and said, Derek, are you interested in a job? Yes, come and report tomorrow. That is how we support also our students from Meru University.
Thank you.
So, yeah, welcome. So that is Derek, Bachelor of Communication and Journalism. So he works at our Public Relations Department of Meru University. You can also do architecture, which is a very lucrative area. These are the people who help us build. They ensure that all the houses that we have are well-drawn, well-planned, so that your toilet is not in your sitting room. Sunaona? Hao watu kama hao. Then we have computer-related studies. And I want to say something very passionately about computer studies. We are in what we are referring to as the fourth industrial revolution. In the fourth industrial revolution, you will notice that your telephone is also a computer, right? So there's nothing that you can do now without being computer literate. And that is why if you want a course where you can work even with your hands, even on your phone, even you are working in your sitting room and your job place is in London, then this is a course for you, anything computer related. We have agriculture-related courses, and anybody who is seated here, you are seated here because an agriculture is somewhere, planted something which you ate for breakfast this morning, right? We are never going to run short of agriculture-related jobs because all of us must eat. Actuarial science is also an important area where you can major. You have to be very good in math for you to be able to do things in this. We also have interior design. We have interior design. And with interior design, these are people who, again, help us to make what we have beautiful. We have sports. We have sports-related courses. Now, if you listen very keenly to news, you will hear about Kenyans. There's a Kenyan recently who broke the marathon record. Who knows the name of that one? What was his name? Hawajui. But his name is not what interests me now. What interests me now is how much he earned in less than 2 hours. Who knows? Ilikuwa mamilioni, sindio? Yeah, so sports is very well paying, and that is the reason why sports has been introduced as a pathway for the CBE curriculum. We have music. Wanamuziki oye! Now, even before I give you examples of people far, far away, we have our own Prince Inda. Sindio? Si Prince Inda yuko? You cannot compare the musicians now and the Kenyan musicians in the past. These ones are now earning, eh? Prince Inda sahi ukimuita hapa tu hivi umwambie we are having something here. The money you are going to pay, I hear, is not less than 800,000 for one night. So musilale maskio, but don't sing for us. You know, music now is a talent. Eh? If you have the talent, please join it and become professional in it. We have education. We have education courses, training people to become teachers. That is people like me. And I'm a very, very proud product of education. With education, we have science. We have education arts. And Dr. Karanja also told you about what we are calling BOET, where you train to teach in the technical colleges. Then we have the arts, where we have art subjects like history, CRE, languages. Excuse me. So those are the pathways that you might want to consider, and that I've mentioned quite a number, and it's quite an early time for you to start thinking about this. Now, briefly, I'll comment about the competence-based education. Now, the competency-based education is skill-based. And skill-based means that it lays more emphasis on the skills than it lays on knowledge. Why is this important? Because we are going into economies where your skill is more important than the knowledge that you amass. So, a person with skills is able to create jobs and also able to become self-employed. And then I will not miss this opportunity to talk about skills and abroad. Dr. Karanja here mentioned that I am very passionate about also sending students out of the country. And I have sent, this year alone, I have 4 students who are going to the Netherlands to finish their 4th year in the Netherlands. Last year, I had 3 students I sent to Canada who, by the way, got each a scholarship worth 14 million Kenyan shillings. Now, how does that happen? It happens especially if when you go to university, you strive to be the best in what you are doing. You know, there's best, there's average, okay. So if I'm looking for students, of course, I'm not going to look for average. Like when I was looking for a person to be employed at Meru University, I chose Derek because he was top in the class. So those people that I choose to take outside the country, I also choose the very best. And it's usually a very, very, very stiff competition. But having said that, if you don't go to the university, because here I'm going to talk to everybody, okay? In a class, we have a normal curve, isn't it? We have all those who are going to make it to the university, but we also have people who are not going to make it to the university. Isn't that the case? So even if you don't make it to the university, make sure that you don't stay at home and say, there's nothing I can do. Right now, there is courses even if you get an E. And for me, I believe that no grade is a waste, okay? Even that E is not a waste. Even that D minus is not a waste. I don't pray for you to get an E. I don't pray for you to get a D minus. But it is possible to not pass. You were sick, the exams were difficult, you failed. Don't despair. Join a middle-level college, learn a skill. Because with a skill, you can be self-employed. With a skill, you can be an employer. I have a daughter who doesn't work in the country, works out of the country. But she keeps telling me, Mom, I want to come back to Kenya so that I can go to a TVET and learn plumbing. And I asked her why. Because she told me, in the country where she lives, if you make a phone call to a plumber, that is already money, because that one is considered as action. And it is a lot of money. She lives in a country with the highest currency in the world. So she says, I wish I'd done plumbing, though she did communication and journalism. So there's a chance for everybody. Whether you don't go to university, you still have a chance to excel, and you still can become anything you want to become. All you need is dedication and hard work. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for listening to me. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Beatrice, for your remarks. I'm also being reminded that our own school president is from Migori County. He has said that I have to acknowledge the fact that Migori County is actually producing heroes. From here, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to break for lunch. But the instructions after that are that there are grade 10s, Form 3, and Form 4. After that, we have the second session of this day, which is actually meeting in the stands. So from there, after having your lunch, you'll come back here. The grade 10s, Form 3s, and Form 4. We meet at the stands of these universities so that we can make our various consultations. We have the junior schools who are in our midst. The junior school students will meet at the multipurpose hall. So from having your lunch, you will proceed to the multipurpose hall. There are seats there where you shall be guided on the way forward. Thank you, DJ. I'm being told that I've not introduced myself. So to those who do not know me, Bivans Frederick is my name. Bivans Frederick is my name. And to those who are looking at me now, you're looking at the Attorney General of our government that is coming. Thank you so much, and may the Lord bless you.
Thank you, our MC, for your time and those words. So, sorry, I didn't introduce myself. Thank you. So, our guests for the day, the chancellors of various universities, universities represented, organizations such as Cradle, teachers around, fellow future countrymen, and women of great responsibilities. Good afternoon. Okay, first of all, I was corrected that we should not just manufacture boys to men, but actually I didn't maybe concluded what I wanted to say, but it was not just men, but men of future purpose and responsibility, what professionals. So, gentlemen, if our young men and women desire to compete with their counterparts from other countries, they must exercise the ghost of self-doubt and circle from the breast of knowledge. You've heard from our various speakers who have said a lot about career choices. Sometimes when an event like this is conducted, we always just sometimes not concentrate and end up coming out with nothing. when the right time to choose your course comes, then it becomes a hell. Kindly let's take advantage of this, even as we're going to interact with the various universities after this, so that we get equipped with the necessary knowledge that is needed with us. Otherwise, I want to wish you all for your time. And also, as you know, that we must obey the third gender rule. So we'll also have another student who is now of the female gender to say her remarks. Thank you, may God bless you all.
To everybody, I say hi. Okay, I'm called Leah from St. Joseph Girls. I'm called Leah from St. Joseph Girls. I'm the school president. So I thank you all for inviting us in this event, and may you do that next time. Otherwise, have a nice time.
Thank you, DJ. Because of time, I want to ask Mukoma. Mukoma, you are needed in the Dean's office. Please move there very fast. I want to thank our team from Meru. And I want to tell our team from Meru that I have several students from Mbita High School. One of them is called Thomas Owen, doing mechatronic engineering. Another one is called Christian, I think is doing something BT civil engineering. We have Brian. Brian was here 3 or 2 years ago. Brian is also doing mechatronic engineering. And then we have Victor doing computer science. And Peter Doyo is doing education. So we have so many of them there. Rongo University, we are really humbled that you came to address our occasion. I'm from Migori County, specifically Rongo. So Rongo to the world. Thank you so much. We thank you. Now, we want to leave for lunch. After lunch, we are going to have our universities in the tents, so you can consult and get more information on the course you want to do, how you can get to it, the funding models, and get guidance from our team. As boys and girls break for lunch, I will ask our patrons to join me in the dais so that we can consult shortly. After lunch, I will ask that we have, as the grade 10s, Form 3s and Form 4s come back here for consultations in various tents, I will ask all the junior school that we meet in the hall for a special program. The grade 9, the grade 8, let's meet at the multipurpose hall after lunch for a session. Otherwise, I want to end at that and call the person who is supposed to close for us with a word of prayer to come very fast. Come very fast. Let's rise up for a word of prayer, even as we close this session.
Thank you for the opportunity. So first, let's humble ourselves for a word of prayer. Mighty Father, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, we thank you for this day, Heavenly Father. As we're about to go for our lunch, please bless it. And as we're about to continue with our day, please give us the wisdom and the intelligence to gain the most from this, session, O Lord, for this is my prayer. In Jesus' name I pray and believe. Amen.
Boys, you leave your chair on the tent. Leave your chair. Then we move for lunch. Patrons, let's consult on the desk. Let's consult up front and all our visitors. Patrons and all our visitors, let us meet up front.